If I was doing a bow, I look for what we call a natural opening. And on this, it would probably be here. See, it's uniform on both sides. So when I would do the mesh, I would start here, go all the way around here, stop it. Start here, go all the way around here, stop it. Otherwise, you're trying to put a large bow on top of 6 inches of stuff. So you want to leave an area for a bow if you're going to put one. All right, now, I'm going to cut 4 pieces of this. I always have my wire ready because this stuff is bulky. And you're sitting there trying to end a piece, and you can't because you got one hand on that and nothing to wrap it with. The reason we pre-wrap the ends of these, first year I ever did a wreath, did this gorgeous wreath, bring it up here. Everybody was very curious and they started pulling at it and the mesh was coming undone. So I learned very quickly you have got to pre-wire this stuff so it's going to stay in place. The other thing about these, when you store them, they've got to be stored either hanging up, and what I do, I go to Lowe's. Sometimes you have to. Here before, no, gather, 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 which is essentially pleat, pleat, pleat. Here we go. Grab it. And I'm going to take it, pull it tight, bring it around so that I know that is not going to shift at all. It's where you've wired. Pull it tight, twist it, you're set to start. The size of the poofs, I do like using the 21 on a wreath. A lot of people use the 10. When you use the 10, it comes out skimpy looking, at least in my mind. So I use the 21. It's just a better poof. And we'll see what it is. Okay. Then, another trick. Grab it, run your hand, in it goes. How many people do we have that have never worked with this before? Virgins. Okay. Twist. Poof. Don't worry about straightening them out until after you get everything in place. All right. And I'm pulling it. Twist, twist, and back around. Now, here's another trick. I'm about to start the inside here. So instead of cutting and having to gather, gather, gather again, it's already gather, gather, gathered. All I do is wire. Round we go. Back on itself. Now, here's where it gets tricky. The only problem you have is with these scissors when you go to cut that much. Although that one did pretty well. Okay, now, going to wire in there. And our outside group is done. Oh yeah, we're gonna work underneath, and it just doesn't work. Okay. Now, I usually tend to keep the poofs the same size as the ones on the outside, but some people do them smaller. You know, poofs are a personal preference. It's not. It is. It's not so much the challenge that you think it is. Okay, I'm going to take my last piece of wire.
Well, I'm like, you got something pretty pretty quick. I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
saying real quick, but you've ever monogrammed in that chunk, you know.
Well, it was like those trees the first year I did them, having to hand wire everything.
Right, oh yeah, I agree, the circles were,
Not fun.
no.
And there's some things that I'll come up with at home, and either they're too complicated to teach, or they just don't, for the time and effort you put into them, they just don't turn out. Piece, put it right there. And now, we'll fluff. Fluff.
On that roll, is that enough to do 2 wreaths?
No.
No, okay.
No. Unless you're going to mix stuff, it would probably do another inside, but it wouldn't do another outside. And it's not complicated. Now, the fun begins. We're not putting him in until last. We're going to put stuff on this first. And the first thing we're going to do, we have that, we have that, and let's see what else we use. That may be it. Okay. You're wondering what is she going to do? Okay. This stuff is so much fun. Remember for Halloween we did spiders? Oh, we're going to use that too. We'll do that next. All right. First thing we're going to do, we're going to use this for curls. I'm going to, let me cover up these so we don't end up with pins all over the place. All right, let me get my wire. Who knows, we may work that in. We're going to do curls and medallion. All right, first thing we'll do is a curl. I'm going to take that. This is a great thing for leftovers too. Cut about probably 12 inches. Now, here's where it gets really, really complicated. Twist. Curl. Everybody's saying, oh my God, it's going to get complicated.
Don't complicate it too much.
The whole trick is the twist. The twist is what forces the two ends up. Take it, twist it. Let's stick that right there. Let me show you what happens. It becomes divided. So, we're going to do 5. Let's put 1 here. Now, when we do the medallions, we may just do 3, but we'll find out. Let's do this here. And it's to add a little touch of stuff. Now, medallions. Again, terribly complicated. This is probably about 14 inches. Okay. The nice thing is when you deal with a plaid, or like this with a stripe, it gives you a line to work with. Grab that. Gather, gather, gather. Yeah. Madame. Let's show you how they work. Stick it right in here. You got it all? And see, all of this is adding texture and a little more fluff. Okay, let's do, I think 3 of those ought to do it. Touchdown Alabama.
Good words. Good words, that makes it much easier.
Okay. All right, now we're going to add him because the other thing, we're going to see what we need once we get him on. They come pre-wired. Let's see where we want him. Let's turn this around like that. Okay. Now I'm going to straighten out my wires, put them in here. The other thing I've learned with the enhancers is sometimes you may have to add to their wires. Now, on him, because he is such a big butt, we want to make sure that he's not looking like he missed the fence. Ouch. All right. Here we are on the other side. So I'm taking these wires, putting them around. Now, a trick I've learned with the enhancers, I've twisted them, but now I'm going to take these wires and twist them around the rib so that that butt is going nowhere. This is a stable butt. Okay, twist. Then around. This is why I didn't give myself a manicure yesterday, because I knew I was going to be fooling with this stuff. All right, now, same thing with this. See, we've got him centered. Okay, let's tuck this. Let's pull this over here. Anywhere. Isn't he cute? I mean, yeah, that's fun. Okay. Now, this is where the problem may be. First of all, we got to find the spot for it. And I think we're going to run it right in here. Now, one thing I've noticed about these, especially on him, the wires are up here. So what I'm going to do, the big wires here, I'm going to take this piece of chenille and wire that into place down there. That stabilizes it right away. And then this again where we get tricky, and this is where you have to play with it a little. I don't think that thing's going anywhere, but we don't want our antlers floppy. Who wants floppy antlers? Okay, so we're going to cut some wire here. Let's bend that, twist it against itself. I'm going to stick a piece of wire in there, twist it against itself. Then I'm going to pull it back here to the rib. Actually, you know what we're doing? We're going to thread it through here. There. Ta-da! Okay, round we go. Bring it around again on itself. We're not finished. We have more stuff. You thought we were finished. We were wrong. Remember, we have this. Wait till you see what we do with this. Let's cut 3 of these. what I'm going to do with this, very simple. I'm just going to make some loops. Now when you make loops, you have to constantly twist it because it's like it's cut on the bias, so it'll twist back on itself. You see here it's twisted back on itself. And we want them a little ununiform. Okay, let's take this, wrap it around, make sure it's tight. I'll cut this one, twist it against itself, and you're wondering what in heaven's name is she going to do with that? This needs some sparkle. We're adding sparkle. But we don't want really obvious, I mean, you know, nothing like that kind of sparkle because this is very earthy, very, you know, I mean, after all, it is a deer park. So we want sparkle, but we want it to be subtle. So we're adding subtle sparkle. Sparkle, sparkle. The gift wrap, this stuff will stretch. You just stretch it around the package, tie it off, and then like that several times, wire it like that, and it comes out the big bow. This we're going to do essentially a flat loop. We'll try one, see if we like it. If we don't like it, we'll just leave it the way it is. That's the nice thing about all this is experimenting. Now, a flat loop, all I'm going to do is like that. Twist. Each loop is getting bigger, but I'm not going to spread them out. That's a flat loop. Pull it like that. All right. Left. Let's go right. Let's do two more, and I think we're going to be finished. You all will decide.
Yes, I think so. Oh, that's beautiful.
Okay. Yeah. We're going to Okay, now we've got to put our holder. Let's do that in one black. Right back here. Let's make sure it's centered between our antlers. We don't want our antlers cattywampus. Nobody likes cattywampus antlers. Did you all see the video of the buck that got stuck in a sporting goods shop? I think it was in Minnesota. And the security camera caught him jumping through the window to get out.
Well, today one jumped through the window to get in.
Oh,
In
Lord.
one of the big department stores, he jumped through the plate glass window. That was on TV before I left. I don't know what happened to him, whether he was hurt or not. But I would imagine he was hurt.
Yeah. This is like a big 8-point buck that apparently wandered in through the one of the doors in the back when it was open. Nobody saw it, and they closed the store. And next thing you know, here's the security camera catching him going out through the plate glass window in the front.
This one went through the plate, coming in today.
All right, let's pardon me while I brush off his bud. Okay, there we are. Reindeer butts. Who would have thunk it?
No, I wouldn't.